Let's check the chat. Let's see what's up. Let's see. Are we live? Yes,
Yeah,
we are live. What's up, everybody? Sorry for this little bit of, I guess, a rushed impromptu episode 2. Was it 16, 17, 18? I think it's 217. Yeah, 217 RGT podcast. I know it's funny. I told some of y'all, I was like, you know what, guys, I'm not doing the show today. I'm just not going to do it. And I tell, you know, I tell one of my my subordinates to go and tell this guy right here who you know, just crazy, just takes a sip of water in the midst of me talking. But, you know, because he knows he's so guilty of this. But I was like, you know, I was like, listen, just tell him while he's live streaming Dead Space that RGT probably ain't going to happen today. As soon as I said it, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go about my business. I'm going to sit back and relax. My phone goes off. I got like 40 text messages.
Okay, no.
Then I got, then my phone's going off. Then he's like, oh, Big Cloud, get in the server, man. I got to talk to you. He's like, what? This man said, I'm going to pull a Thanos. Can I believe that? This man said, I'm going to pull a Thanos. He said, I'm going to do it myself. And what you mean you're going to do it yourself? I'm going to get the gauntlet. I'm going to go on my show and entitle it RGT. I'm like, what?
Get Delta now.
So I'm going to get Delta.
Board.
I'm like, oh, Lord, that's going to be a podcast to not remember. But anyway,
oh, no, that's going to be memorable.
It's not going to be memorable. It's not going to be memorable. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you. What's up? Almighty, Lobo, what's up? Knight, what up? Yeah, man, nah, it's interesting week. Interesting week. You know, it's funny. Fun fact about this week. We said it last show that this Monday was going to be interesting. We all talked about it on the show. It's like, bro, a certain game's going to drop. A certain review score people are going to be looking out for. And actually it happens. And, you know, the way the internet reacted to it has kind of been really funny. I didn't even add on to it. I was like, you know, listen, it ain't for me. I told you guys multiple times this, like, Forspoken's not for me. It's not on my radar. It kind of was at the start, but then I slowly just kind of got out of the, you know, fray of it, and I didn't really talk about it. I did share a short for the game, and it's from the actual, it's like a dialogue from the game. And I was sort of going, yeah, dialogue in this game is kind of iffy on this game. But aside from that, there's not much I really said about Forspoken. Everybody else, though, everybody's been quick to jump on the bandwagon. Everybody's been quick to either jump to defend it. I mean, here's the thing. If you like the game, that's awesome. Enjoy it. Hope you're having fun. Hope it's living up to, you know, your standards. However, if you're defending this because it's PlayStation and you know it's quote unquote not good and you're just saying XYZ, that's another thing. But again, listen, I get it. Trust me. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I get it. We see it with the Xbox side. We see it with PlayStation side. I'm not knocking no one's hustle. Do what y'all want to do at that particular point. But Forspoken clearly is not optimized. And the first early sign of this was the PC specifications. They were requiring a, what, 4090 to run this?
4080.
4080, the latest graphics card. They wanted you to upgrade your rig all the way to the highest specification to run this game. That's a bad sign automatically out the gate. That's an absolute bad sign. And people are like, oh, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's no problem. It's going to be fine. You guys just, you know, being, what was it, negative Nancy's? Or no, you guys being conspiracy theorists, whatever that shit. Anyway, Metacritic came out. The game scored 67 or 68 on Metacritic, something like that, around that time. I'm not surprised by the score, judging from what we're seeing. Yeah, I'm kind of getting Sonic Frontiers vibes. You know, the world's kind of very barren. You know, not a lot going on in the world. Very, very barren. You can say that about Horizon, but Horizon has a lot more life going on in it than that. But not a lot going on in the world. Powers aside, you know, the powers do look dope in Forspoken, which is great. I like that. And that's really it. I don't see anything else. I saw Marlon stream this. I was sitting there going, I don't know, Chief. And he was like, bro, this dialogue is off. I'm like, bro, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. It kind of, they have those stiff animations when they do the jumps. It was that bad type of thing. I kind of feel like they should have just scaled some stuff back in this game. Not make it so open world, focus on the performance, and we would have had no issues. And mind you, he was running this at fidelity mode. So you already know the performance is going to be even worse because he was running it at that visual mode. So again, I don't know how y'all do it, man. I can't do 24 frames. I can't do 22 frames. I can't do 21 frames. I can't. If it ain't a lock 30 or a lock 60, there ain't nothing to really talk about here. And this is, this is advertised for PlayStation, obviously, but it's not really made by a PlayStation studio, which is true. I think a lot of people need to understand that. It's not made by PlayStation Studios. However, Sony marketed as this is like a exclusive. So that's why everybody's kind of looking at it like, okay, this is not a good look for PlayStation, yada, 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 which you can say, yeah, true, but you can also flip that. All this is marketing 101. All they did was buy marketing rights for it. But let me get to your point on it, Red Hood. What you thought about Forspoken? Were you surprised by the reaction that it got? Were you just anticipating like me? I'm just like, eh. What you thought about Forspoken in the drama? What's up, Nathaniel?
If I'm gonna be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I felt that I think I said Forspoken would be like in the 70s, but in reality, I was thinking like low to mid 70s. I didn't expect it to hit, what was it, high 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess a 68 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a good look in general, especially for this Luminous team, which worked on Final Fantasy 15. And I will say this, the dialogue. You have all these people on the game, right? Gary Whitta, Amy Henning, who might have been a story consultant. I don't know. I would have to look that up.
That's surprising right there, too.
Associated with it. And there was another third person. I forgot who that person was. And the writing, I'm sorry to tell you, people said, well, just put yourself in her point of view, and this is the dialogue you would say. No, man, I would not be talking cringe, dude. I would not be talking like a zoomer. I'm sorry, that is something I would not do.
You know what it was?
If that were me,
she sounded like a scroll. You can't even deny it. She sounded like a scroll talking to the little cufflink. She sounded just like a scroll. That's something a scroll would say. Like, you're fucking retarded. I'm like,
yeah.
Where was the setup for that? Where was the setup?
Yeah, I don't know. And I wasn't shocked by it just because Luminous, also, like I mentioned, made 15, didn't like 15.
Yeah.
And it created like another fracture within the Final Fantasy community, along with 13. So seeing them make this type of game, which is a Japanese developed studio, make a Western-like game, they can't do it again. Like, the only Japanese studios I see that could really do a Western game or Western-like game justice is Hideo Kojima.
I agree.
He understands like culture, like American culture and all that. Whereas like this, just granted, you had American writers and all that. Like it just,
you know what it is?
It was generic.
He's hands-on too. He's more hands-on than I guess these guys were with this one. Like he makes sure he checks everything before it goes to the next stage. You know what I mean? If a dialogue don't look right, he's checking it. If the visuals ain't popping, guess what? Send it back. You know what I mean? Like he's on that type of energy. So it shows. And it's crazy. What up, Iman? What up, brother? What's up, Beardy? John, what's up? But it's true though. Like, there's not every game needs to be open world. I think we all can agree. Not every game needs to be open world. You can scale this stuff back. You can give the illusion of an open world. That's what Last of Us 1 did. You know what I mean? Came out great. What's so different about this game that you couldn't do that? We wouldn't complain. I would have been fine with it. You could have added more depth to it. You could have added the performance on point, and the game would have been fine. And guess what? People might have complained and said, well, I wish this game was more open. At least you would have made a good first impression. Then you can do the open world type of aspect with part 2, because that time you'll have a bigger budget. I mean, that's it. That's really it. You know what it is, though? I think Square Enix kind of lost their groove, in a sense. I think if it ain't Final Fantasy, they don't know how to make games right now. They really don't. I mean, they're doing the Life is Strange series, right? Isn't that with Square Enix, right? So,
that is still within Square Enix.
Yeah, so that's a different style though, but it's not like a game that's like you really go all out and play type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just a simple walk. It's like a walking sim and you just get dialogue. But they haven't been on the right path as of late, like quality wise.
Yeah, and like I'm sorry to say, like when it comes down to it, I don't think people need to defend it. If you like the game, you like the game, just say it. But the thing is, I notice just very similar to Callisto Protocol, it's like they're very overly defensive of the game and trying to protect the game and try to defend the game. It's like, dude, it's $70 for one. It's not worth the time, money. Like, I personally think in terms of making that game.
Yeah.
I think they could have done something different. And I do believe, like there was this joke made, well, within was Pablo and I think Cold or something like that. And it's like, oh, Square trusts them to make a brand new IP. That's why they took them off Final Fantasy, this, that, and third. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I think Square took them off Final Fantasy because they didn't want any more damage to that brand. So they let them do their own thing.
And just let them swim?
That's very much like a...
Let them sink? That's what you're trying to think? You just think they let them sink? What's up, Neff? You just think they let them sink in their own... their own thing.
Like, just let them do what they want, and they wanted to make that game, I guess, unless the CEO said otherwise or something like that. But Forspoken to me just doesn't look interesting. I didn't find the combat very interesting from like when people are playing the game, and it doesn't feel like very impactful combat wise. In terms of, I've been watching like live streams, like Struggle and all these other people, and I'm just like, dude, this just does not look that appealing or interesting. Yeah. And Steam, you could see the sales. Oof. Like in terms of the Steam charts and how many people are playing the game. And Steam right now is at a mixed reception in terms of the port not being that great, which will deter a lot of PC players from buying the game. And like I said, it's like this game does not justify the $70 price tag. And that, like I said, it's going to, like some games, it does not matter. It will sell well regardless if it has a $70 price tag. But games like this absolutely matters because it's not going to do well.
Yeah, man, I know. You blame this guy next to me, Iman. Just blame this guy next to me, okay? Blame him. Talk about that comment. Like I said, I already addressed that at the start of the show. Thank you very much. Anyway, so let me go back.
No, dude, he's like telling me like, I know. Thank goodness, Red Hood convinced you.
Oh my God, whatever. Moving on. Back to this. Forspoken had me. What up, Cass? I don't know if you want on. We're open to have you on. Just talk about a certain thing because we're on Forspoken. I don't know if you want to talk about this. Let me know. Man, I will definitely send you the. I'm down to have her on for sure if she wants to come through. Right now it's just me and Red Hood, but so. Let's just talk about the Steam that this game kind of lost. Not Steam the store, but I'm talking about just the overall Steam. Like when we first saw it, it had a lot of people talking about it for a sense, like because it was new, it was different, right? And then we started seeing more and more of it. Less people talked about it. You know that? It's less people were talking about it. But now people are pulling stuff that I never thought they would actually pull for this particular game, and that's the race card. How do you feel about this? That they're saying, oh, she's a black female character, that's why she's getting Kate on. Look. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to keep it a buck with everybody in the chat. There's a game by the name of Deathloop that has a black protagonist and a black antagonist. Both is a male, or one's a male and one's a female. All right? This same game got the backing of PlayStation and got like a weird reception. Well, not a crazy weird reception. It was made by Arcane. It was called Deathloop. I actually stand by that game. I actually thought the game was really well done. The commentary, like the way the dialogue is done for that game, was done. Like that game was dope in many ways. But you know what's funny though? Dude just saying like, oh, see, they're hating on it because of that reason. No. If a game is not optimized, it's not optimized. If a game is poorly written, it's poorly written. If a game is just trash, it's trash. Even though I don't like to say trash. I just say it's underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Not every game is going to launch no crazy shit. That's it. But making excuses and pulling that particular card, saying like, "Oh, that's the reason," is not the way to go about it. The game just wasn't optimized. They just didn't live up to the opportunity. That's it. Now, will they get it right the next time? Maybe. Will they patch it up? Absolutely. They're definitely going to patch it up. Will they fix everything? The question is, that's a good question. I don't think they can. It's a lot of stuff here that I don't think you can just patch. You know, I really don't. And that's kind of that's a shame too. It's got some dope like visual effects. It's got some cool stuff happening with the powers, but the game looks so dull. You know, there's not so much. There's only so much you guys can do to fix it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Dude's really pulling that card. I'm like, dude, it has nothing to do with the race of the character. It has nothing to do with the race of the character. It has nothing. Nothing at all. And I think Red Hood would agree with me 110%. It wouldn't matter if the character was white or an alien. If the game is unoptimized, the game is unoptimized.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Unoptimized.
Yeah, it's unoptimized. So better luck next time. Good.
I mean, if they have it next time, Luminous. Yeah. So, I don't know. I got no clue.
Yeah. I mean, so, I can't cap, man. I just gotta keep it a buck with everybody, man. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm looking at all these weird takes on the game. It's like, dude, can we just call it what it is? Unoptimized. Can we just say the game is just not up to speed and move on? Do we really have to put on these fronts, like putting these long ass Twitter pages or these long ass Twitter messages out here going, "Hey guys, I was totally wrong about the game, man. I apologize to everybody in the PlayStation Nation." What?
Mm-hmm. Like it was weird. I've been saying like Twitter Spaces about the game, and I was like, dude, like so many like I listened to one and I couldn't listen to anymore. Like it was like someone's like, dude, if you think this has cringe dialogue, look at all the other video games that have cringe dialogue, even Sony first party. I'm like, dude, what are we doing right now? It's like I'm truly trying to understand how you are like everyone's like. The defense for it is insane to me. It's like Spider-Man, this, that. I don't remember any cringe dialogue to the equivalent of Forspoken cringe dialogue. I can't recall. Like, if someone wants to point me to some cringe dialogue to as bad as Forspoken, because listen, are there some cringe dialogue in video games? Absolutely. Are there as cringe dialogue as Forspoken? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I love the excuse for that too. They're like, "Oh well, there's so much cringe dialogue in this that you would find in any PlayStation game." Huh? What? It was like some weird comments I was reading. I was like, "Bro, stop this. just stop this, please. Just stop. Just stop." It is what. If you're enjoying the game, like Dre said, if you're enjoying the game, enjoy it, play it, have fun. But don't sit here and go like all the games are like this. They're not. They're not. They're not.
Like, I tell people, is literally CW level writing, if not even worse.
Yeah.
And like, if you like CW writing, hey man, more power to you. Like
CW,
you will you'll like the game. Like I think even
you try to get us canceled. He said CW.
No, what do you mean CW writing, bro? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I always say that all the time when it comes to this game. I feel like this all the time. It sounds like CW level writing, if not worse. But I'm saying there are people like even Luca who was like she likes CW writing, and that's fine. Like
Slow-mo, check your DM on Twitter. I'm about to show you some shit that's gonna turn you white. Go ahead. Go ahead. Good to you. Just go ahead. Good to you.
Yeah, but
let me get.
I'm just like overall when it comes to Forspoken, it got the score it got. Just say you like the game and just move on. Like it is what it is. The game is just not being received well critically, as well as the PC version is not being received well. Mm-hmm. And like I don't know, people want to defend it, and I'm just like it feels very much like a Callisto Protocol situation where everyone was white knighting for that game too. So it was like, hey man, if you want to white knight for games, hey man, more power to you. I just hope you get paid by the company.
I never understood that. Okay, I guess I could understand the Callisto Protocol because, well, oh Lord, hold on. There it is, slow-mo. Hold on 1 second. These are the links people go to. Boom. Too funny. So I'm gonna check your DM, bro. Just check your DM. There. Check your DM. Yeah, I just sent it to him. But yo, no, I agree. I agree. Like bro. Like, dude was just pulling the black card. Yo, Slow-Mo, I don't know if you're free. I don't know if you're at work, but dog, I still can't get over that. Dude was just pulling the black card for Forspoken, saying like, oh, it's because she's a black female character. It has nothing to do with that. The game.
Listen, there were even certain people. Yeah. I won't name names that were on that, and rightfully so. They got hit with logic and facts, and I just found it funny. I was like, I don't think people need to be bringing that type of excuse for a game. Like that to me is insane.
Hey, Slow-Mo.
Like, it's very unwarranted.
Slow-Mo thought I was capping. Nah, I'm dead ass. That's some wild shit, ain't it? Ain't that wild? Listen, Slow-Mo, if you still in the chat, that's the extent of the internet and how bad it has gotten that we're doing shit like that for games like this. Remember that. The more, it feels like the more I step away, the worse this shit gets. But anyway, besides that. Yeah, no. I'm going away from Forspoken, man. I had no intention on that, so I'm not even going to sit out like I'm shocked or heartbroken or quote-unquote offended that the game didn't do well. But it is what it is. That's Forspoken. Will it do good in the future? Maybe. If it has one, and they get a sequel. What up, Lakita? But I don't know. I don't know what to really say for that game. I just don't. Moving on from that, man. We actually got some interesting stuff. You were giving me weird vibes, by the way, when I gave my opinion on this. So I need you to explain yourself as I get into this. But Xbox's developer showcase. Yeah. You thought I forgot? No, I didn't forget.
What? My opinion? I said a pretty
no. You were very mellow when I said, hey, props to Microsoft. It was actually okay showing, not a bad show.
Did I even tweet at you?
Do you like certain tweets that censorship? Yeah, I see what you're doing. You think
okay? So let me say what I think about the show. I said it to when Cage was last streaming because I was at work watching and talking about it, bro. For me personally speaking, I think the format was good.
By far
games
the
they
best.
showed, I didn't care for like one bit. Yeah. Like I made that known. Minecraft Legends, I don't care. That is a game I will not play. I will never play. It is what it is. Forza, I don't care for racers. I said that time and time again. I don't play Need for Speed. I don't play Gran Turismo. I don't play Forza. Like that is something I'm not interested in, right? Then they had Redfall. Redfall is also looking kind of spooky in ways where it's like some delayed and stuttering. And then we could go over this leaker later, but he has like a little bit information on two IPs from Microsoft, which is Redfall and Starfield. And Starfield's not in good condition, and Redfall is also not in a good condition, but is slightly better than Starfield. But take it with a grain of salt. But like, and then Hi-Fi Rush actually looks kind of cool in terms of his art style, and I look like the combat. But then when they said, "Oh, this is a rhythm-based combat," turned me off. Like Slow-Mo was there. Like Slow-Mo, like I agreed with Slow-Mo. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get this game. It looks dope. And then I heard his rhythm-based combat, and that is something I'm not a fan of. That's something I don't care for. I don't really like rhythm-based combat. It's not my thing. And that for me is like I didn't really care for the showcase like that. ESO, I don't care for ESO. The only MMO I play right now, and everybody knows, is Final Fantasy 14. That's just me. So like for me, like I told Cage, like for me it was a 5 out of 10. And the reason I got bonus points was because of the format. The games just did not interest me like whatsoever.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I said I give it a bit of a pass. I give them praise. I'm like, this is their start. You know what I mean? It's only going to get progressively better as they show the other stuff. But in terms of format, I mean, again, yeah, like I said, it's like the best format they had. They finally got their state of play format, which I ain't gonna lie, I prefer this over any cringe dialogue, cringe jokes, all that stuff they did with Inside Xbox, with the personalities and all that stuff. I don't need that stuff on my showcase at all. Just give me the games, quick information. That's it. You know what I mean? Hi-Fi Rush was a nice surprise for the show. That was nice. I'm not sure how it did, but a lot of people were saying it was pretty okay. So it's getting a good reaction so far. I didn't really kill for the whole Elder Scrolls thing, but there's a lot of content for it, and they're giving that away for free for Game Pass. So there's that. Redfall.
Yeah, I want to mention one thing is like you got to pay a membership to. I think Cage was talking about it. That in order to have more inventory space, suppose they don't give you any inventory space that much. So like if you really want to play the game, you have to really have a subscription. I could be wrong, but wanted to put that out there.
Okay. What was I about to say? The one game that did look a lot better, and I'm glad we got more context to it, and it's like, damn, this actually is feeding into what I was saying before. This could be a cool party game. I said this on Solidcast, and that is Redfall. I think Redfall might be the game that could help them a bit in terms of that. Because I think really, on some real, Redfall looks more interesting than Starfield. That's just my opinion. It looks more interesting. Like, I like how they did that. That was a nice little show. Is it like the must-have go-to? I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I would say it's a cool, fun party game you can play with friends. And that was a nice showing for it. I give Redfall its props. So there's that. There's the Xbox showcase. Does it fix the problem? Not really, but it gave you some pieces here, and it gave you a game at least for 2023. So you did get something out of the showcase. Not a bad showcase for the most part. Let's see here. Neil Druckmann. Should we go right into Last of Us, the TV show? You want to go right into just his statements for the future? Because this all is tied together.
I did want to say... What was it? Okay, so I did want to bring up that little leak real quick. And this is the dude that did the Hi-Fi Rush game leak before the show. I think it was the day before, and this is what he talked about like Microsoft lost tons of money on Azure for the fiscal year. And take this with a grain of salt, but he was right about Hi-Fi Rush. And Redfall is coming first and is in rough shape still, and probably should use more quality control, but still better shape than Starfield. Bethesda wants more time with Starfield. If they get their way, Starfield will come in the fall of 2023. If Microsoft gets their way, it comes out in this fiscal year. If Starfield comes in June, expect it to be in rough shape. Also, Diablo's in rough shape. The June 6th release date is questionable. So, yep. That's a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but if that's true, that's
yikes. Kind
of a yikes. Yikes for Starfield.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I didn't want to talk about it. I just we'll see how that goes as we progress. So Neil Druckmann's on he's not really on the cutting room floor like that, but the dude, he made some comments. There's a reason why it's titled the way it is, because he did flat out talk about the future of Naughty Dog games. It turns out that Uncharted is officially done, so we're not getting any more Uncharted games as of right now. So,
did he say Uncharted developed by Naughty Dog, or
pretty
Uncharted
much Naughty Dog
in general?
Uncharted is done with Naughty Dog.
So Sony could make an Uncharted game without them.
Yeah, you could get it, but it won't be done by Naughty Dog. And at that point, this is where I question a few things. If you're going to do it without Naughty Dog, what's the point? You know what I mean? What's the point? You can't make Uncharted without Naughty Dog. You need Naughty Dog for Uncharted if you're not going to do this. So he legit said, listen, we put our final brushstrokes on 4, and that was our last one. He said 4 did extremely well, which it did. Uncharted 4 did do extremely well. It's arguably one of the best in the series in terms of ending a story. That game was perfect in terms of like a swan song for Drake. I'm pretty sure everybody played Uncharted 4, so you know how it ends. It gives you that happy, that conclusion, right? And it gives you that hint or that sense of, okay, Drake has matured You know, he's a dad now. He's moved on. Him and his wife, and you know, they're happy. They can live their life the way they should be living their lives, but also chasing their dreams. Like, I like that. That was a good way of ending the story. But the fact that if we do get another Uncharted and it's not made by them, hey, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, that's like saying, on some real, that's like saying, like, anybody is going to make a Batman Arkham style game without Rocksteady. You need Rocksteady to make the Arkham server. Why? Because they just understand that world. And the reason why I agree and I stand by this completely, look at what WB Games did with Origins. Origins was mixed. Sure, they just used the same combat system, but it was mixed. I like the story of Origins, but that was really it.
I think the combat was lacking a bit. Like, I felt like the
was bare bones.
The hits.
Yeah.
The hits felt like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like not as impactful and very like light compared to like City and all that, and not as fluid, if that makes sense, even though it's like similar.
Yeah.
Just the timing, it wasn't there correctly, I felt.
Yeah.
But I agree and disagree, I guess, with certain franchises, right? Because like look at like, which we'll probably get into, is like Dead Space remake, right?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't done by the same team, right? But it's, and we'll get into it later. It's
that's
really
like
good.
a remake / retelling, because they redid literally everything. Yeah, so they but yeah, I guess you can say I guess you can say that, because they're just literally taking the old assets but adding upon them and making them better, which it looks fantastic. Like every shot, even the new keycard system, like the backtracking to get rid of the train that you would take. It's from point A to point B in the original. Like, I like that you backtrack, so that's cool. Like, I like seeing that evolution in the game. It really does show. But nah, man, I'm okay with it. I'm actually at peace with the news. I mean, I'm not upset about Uncharted possibly not coming back or in that nature. I mean, if they want to move on from it, hey, let them move on from it. It's perfectly fine. But what was interesting also, because they asked him about Last of Us Part 3, and what he said is that Last of Us Part 3 is not guaranteed. And the reason why it's not guaranteed is because him and his team, and I quote, this is what he said, they have to make a story that has a positive message like the last one, and they can't make a story that they feel is impactful and makes that same type of message. They won't do it. So my thing is this. First of all, you're already making factions. So odds are factions, the characters we play as.
Well, they said it's going to have a story, right?
I'm saying factions already has its own story. It's different characters. But what he also said, too, is that they do make Part 3. Part 3 is going to be the final one for The Last of Us. That's it. Which, okay. But then he also said another comment before I go into this. He said, if we can't think of anything for Part 3, then we're happy with Part 2, because Part 2 serves as a good ending. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It doesn't.
I doubt it. I will say, I doubt they won't go into Part 3, because it's like, well, right now they're getting a huge surge of money from all these game sales. Like, a lot of people don't realize that. It's like, dude, they're getting a lot of money from Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us Remaster, and even Last of Us Part 2. Even Part 2. Like, it's like getting like a lot of like sales, and it's going to continue on like for a while too.
Yeah.
So I doubt they're going to be like, yeah, we're not going to make a Part 3. Like, there's going to be a Part 3. Now I definitely feel like I said, Season 2 will cover Part 2, but I don't know if it fully cover Part 2. It might have to be 2 seasons to cover Part 2.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So what do you think the messaging would be for Part 3? Part 1 was all about love and, connecting. Right?
I wouldn't be shocked if they somehow say, hey man, we found this other doctor that was like
stop
in Mexico or something like that. Like, and we haven't like came across him, but we finally did, and he joined the Fireflies, like, and Abby found him or something like that, and then they got to find Ellie, or Ellie has to go, or maybe there's a facility in a different state, and then they got to travel there to create the cure, and that's that. I wouldn't be shy to something where, like, to conclude Last of Us universe, something like that.
Give me some twist, like Abby and was it Lev? Lev or is it Lev? Yeah, Lev. Abby and Lev going to like the Firefly compound, and like she gets
that's
there.
where they're supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, but she gets there, and like the dude has like the little. You remember that dude from you remember like in Game of Thrones?
Oh
Yeah, the little.
I already know.
So was it?
They're not gonna do all that, bro. They're not gonna do all that.
They get there.
They already
like,
did it kind of with like the bald head people. Where
Yeah.
They like shave all their head and
then
like,
the people that whistle, right? The whistler.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people. Yeah. So you might as well have some creepy too. I don't know. Because at this point, it's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. How do you even get that across? So, okay, so part one would be about love, because that's obviously what Joel and Ellie built. It was like a love, like a daughter and father relationship. Okay. Part two is about endless or senseless violence, right? Repercussions.
Yeah, it's basically like the whole point was
like violence is bad.
Abby gets her. This is all spoilers. Yeah, Abby gets her revenge. Look, all the bad stuff that happens to Abby as a result, right?
Yeah.
All her friends and close ones gone. Ellie gets her revenge. Well, not really. Well, kind of.
She kind of.
And she loses
everything.
Messes up Tommy and then loses her family, basically.
Yeah.
So basically, and she's like, oh, kill, not kill. And then it's like, break the cycle of violence, because then Lev will do the same thing. And it'll just keep going.
Yeah, so revenge, senseless violence, love, revenge, self-sacrifice, part 3?
Maybe. Because one was love.
So yeah, the first one was love. Second one was revenge. Third one's got to be
like people say revenge
redemption.
But in reality, it's like revenge / forgiveness.
I guess because it can't be redemption for part 3. I don't think redemption's kind of gonna be the thing. No, I mean you could say sacrifice to redemption, but I don't think that's the case. The message for 3, it has to be sacrifice. So
give hope.
Maybe
like
hope. Maybe
like
hope.
Cure equals hope for the civilization to kind of come back.
Possible.
But like I said,
that's
the only thing I can think of. And then you'll probably still get shows off Last of Us via contain storylines that take place. Well, they'll of course adapt part 3 once it's made, and then they'll probably do storylines like before Ellie's time and all that. And they'll like have little like storylines
I can see
in that time period.
What a muck!
Like I said, like they could definitely pull a Walking Dead and have it like that.
Yeah, I could definitely.
But I think HBO wants to do quality over quantity, though, so that's a different thing that AMC is doing.
Yeah,
so.
let's talk about the other things too going into 3, because we know eventually we're going to get there, or unless they're going to incorporate this in factions. Cause I didn't even think about that, but you know, like they got the whole network thing with the clickers and the spores. You know,
oh yeah, they probably add that.
That's probably going to be part of it for the network. Like that might be something like part. So you know, like in Battle Royale, you take out like certain enemies. You have to kill like a main boss type of thing to get a weapon or something like that. Mm-hmm. That might be part of the Battle Royale or the multiplayer, like a mode for the multiplayer for the game in Factions 2. But it involves like you getting past those little networks, you know, watching the fungus, making sure the fungus is not alive, you know what I mean, to alert the other ones before you get to the boss. I don't know, stuff like that. Like they might throw stuff like that in there. It's possible. Definitely possible.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a weird way to end Tess in part 2. She got French kissed.
Yeah, like they're trying to say like she couldn't move because
she was already
she's already connected or whatever because of the infection, and it was trying to speed up the infection, and that's what happened. But she was trying to like, you know, do it, but you kind of see her shaking because like them trying to say no.
How'd you feel about episode 2? I thought episode 2 was straight.
I actually liked it. I know some people like 2 more than 1. I don't know which one I like more. I would have to like rewatch both of them. I actually liked both episodes.
Yeah. A lot of references, but it was in reverse. Like when they're at the hotel. Like
a lot. Like I was listening to some podcasts like some people were thinking the hotel will come back. I think the hotel's not coming back. I think that is it. I think that was your reference there for the hotel. I don't think you're gonna get like
going through the
him
rooms,
going,
fighting.
him going through a generator, turning it on, coming back all the way upstairs.
You might, but it's gonna be like in a different part of, I don't know, because as soon as they got away, the place blows up, and then it just ends, and then
I think think about it, like I already kind of called it that. I think how each episode's gonna go. I said episode 3, right, will be Billstown. Like that's already confirmed, and
Pretty
you're gonna
much,
get
yeah.
flashback scenes with Bill and Frank, and then like you see a scene on sneak peek that you see, like I think like Frank's talking to someone, looks like Tess to me, and you can tell like Joel doesn't look like the same version of Joel that you see modern day. So I think you're gonna see that. I think you're gonna see in episode 4, which is already confirmed, like Sam and Henry, and then I said
For
in
4?
episode, yeah, Sam and Henry.
Yeah, I thought that'd be for like 5. That's a little too early. Damn, so we're getting through these.
No, it makes sense. Billstown, and then you're going to Pennsylvania, right? Or is it Pennsylvania? You're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's right. Or
so no, it
Pittsburgh.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Sam and Henry.
Okay, yeah.
And then the 5th episode, I'm trying to remember.
5th episode is when you go to the lab.
No, it was Tommy, and
that's right. Yeah,
you go to see Tommy in the dam.
Yeah.
The 6th episode will be
after
when you go to the research or whatever university.
The university after
and then,
you find Ellie and Abe. Yeah, and everything. Yeah.
And then the 7th episode will be when Joel makes his and then the 7th episode is David.
When David.
7 episodes all gonna be about the David and the camp thing. The 8th episode will be going to the Firefly
compound,
and then the 9th will be the hospital scene, and then that's it. That's I think that's the logical step that I just put out there.
Yeah,
is how they might go about things.
Yeah, they just been they rewrit a lot of it, but I mean, again, they had to. They can't recreate everything from the game, so I'm not expecting to see like the abandoned tunnel where like you go towards the end of the game to get to the research center before the bus falls and like she's like trapped in a bus and she almost drowns and the fireflies show up. So yeah, I don't expect that.
Well, they might change it, like I said, but like going to the compound, I think in of itself will be a storyline, but it's going to be changed up, I think.
Yeah.
But the hospital is going to be a big I think it's its own episode, like I said, the Firefly Hospital thing. So
we might get flashbacks of Ellie's mom then, because that's when Ellie's
somewhere in between.
Yeah, when she's like hunting for the rabbits and the deer or whatever. I think that's probably where she's like, I remember her mom or something like that. Remember, like in the game, you look at the pendants and all that stuff. So who knows, man? Who knows? Possible, definitely possible. Overall, the show's really cool.
Someone mentioned, what about the flashbacks for Ellie and Riley? That I will say will probably be. It could be anything, honestly. Like I suspect that they could still do it after they're at the university and like at David's thing where she's like grabbing supplies and all that. That could be a thing.
Like cut in between her searching for supplies, going around stitching them up.
Yeah,
I mean
that's what I think may happen. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I can see it.
But yeah, like we already seen like previews of Riley, so that'll definitely be there.
Yeah. Overall, I mean the show, I'm excited. It's really a good show so far. Really.
Oh man, but season 2, is that gonna get you excited?
Oh boy.
Yeah. I will say I don't think they're gonna go with like, because you can't really do it when it comes down to it. I don't think Abby is gonna be buff. There's just no way to have an actress that is also buff, that is also a good actress.
Yeah.
Very hard to do.
Her name's Colleen Futch.
Let me see. And
Colleen, that's the woman who plays Abby in the game.
But she's not. She's too old.
No, she's not. She's only She's like 27.
Yeah, and isn't Abby like early 20s or like late?
You think they care?
Abby.
Yeah, watch. That's her name.
I think. No, I don't think they're gonna cast her. I don't think, dude. She's only like I've never seen any of her other work besides knowing she was the body model.
Yeah, done.
I don't think she's done any voice acting gigs, man. Oh. Or not voice acting gigs in general.
True.
So I don't think they're gonna have a huge Like person that's that big.
It's gonna be awkward. I don't know who they're gonna cast as that. They've been cast no Charlotte Flair, no. No, I'm stop. Charlotte Flair stop.
Okay. So Rich is saying there's plenty of fit women. I'm saying to that body muscle mass, to that level of stature, Brock Lesnar body, there's nobody that fits that category. That is also a good actress.
Knowing them, they'll probably cast Jordan Grace.
Might have to get Arnold Schwarzenegger with a wig.
Brock Lesnar's daughter, maybe.
Does he have a kid? I don't think he does.
He does.
What?
Look up his daughter. Look up Brock Lesnar's daughter.
I didn't even know they had a kid.
He has several kids.
Oh, jeez. Actually looks exactly like him. Oh my god. That is like yo, that is like a near identical
make it reality. Y'all talking to reality. Y'all think she looked like Brock Lesnar? Well, there you go. Brock Lesnar's daughter. Perfect casting for Abby for the TV show.
Yeah, but you know damn well she probably can't act. Can't act to save her life, most likely. Like I said, I think it's just going to be somebody that's average built. That's what I think. But,
oh man! Oh god! See, if the world, spin the way I thought it would spin, they would cast Jordan Grace as Abby. Maybe Colleen Foch, like I said before.
Colleen's not like. Have you seen her act?
I could ask her.
Oh man, he's gonna ask. Hey, have you ever acted before?
I could ask her.
Like, yeah, there's no way. But I don't believe it. Imagine like somebody's like average built. They're like, all right, for this show, we're gonna need you to have a great workout regimen. You might have to take roids. We can't say professionally or like, but you might have to do so.
They're not using Rhea Ripley to play no damn Abby. Stop it. What he said, bro, Rhea Ripley. Mike.
Bro, you're going from a WWE actress to HBO level actor or actress.
They're not gonna cast
Come on
Rhea
now.
Ripley. They're not gonna cast Rhea Ripley.
No, they're not.
They're not gonna do that.
Even like what's her name? Sasha Banks in Mandalorian literally has like barely any speaking roles.
Exactly. Rhea Ripley can barely cut a promo as it is on TV. You really think she could sell the lines at the TV show? Come on, bro. No. No, sir. Shout out to you for being a member for 23 months. Big Mike, he says, I can't wait for Abby to use the golf club on Joel in season 2 and the internet lose her. Oh, God, you bastard. You know what they're going to do, though? They're going to shoot, like, at the hospital. You know, he's going to run past the wall. It's going to be a bunch of weapons. And before he gets to the assault rifle that he uses to end the game, like, end the show with, there's going to be a golf club on the floor. And they're going to zoom in on it a little bit. And
what if they do have a golf club, right? But the thing is, that's not the way she killed him, though.
Oh, man. Watch.
Who knows?
That shows
Maybe she just tortures him to, like, death. That was it.
He's getting clubbed. She's going to go 4. They're going to have that dude. What's that dude's
Do you
name?
think... I don't know. They might change it up. They
ain't
might
gonna do
have
it.
because everyone's death is different, right? Even Tess. She didn't die the same. Fedra didn't kill her.
She didn't, but this is he don't get his listen. This is HBO. They love brutality. We saw it with Game of Thrones. He's getting his head
like, bro. Or maybe what if it's just a baseball bat?
Don't make it any don't make it any better. Don't make it any better. A baseball bat or a club, it don't matter. Don't even make it any better, but
and then people have the baseball bat emoji and just like tweeting it out.
I don't know about that, man.
The woman from The Mandalorian can play Abby, maybe. Which one? Wait, you're talking... No, they're not. You're talking...
Definitely not getting Gina Carano. No.
Yeah, she's older, bro. She's like in her...
She's been canceled.
She's like in her 40s now, right? Or late 30s, something like that?
Yeah, she's late 40s. Or early 40s. Late 40s. Mid 40s.
It's too
40s.
old, bro. Like, you're going to have a 40... No, that's just not going to work. That's why I'm saying I don't think you're going to have this huge built person playing.
Yeah,
playing the character.
like they're not gonna they're gonna just have someone probably look like her in the face, kind of like how they did with Uncharted the movie. Remember, like what was it?
Who looked for, bro? We got like Tom Holland.
No, not Tom.
Like
No,
the we got Sully, who's
the chick who plays Chloe.
Marvel.
The chick who plays Chloe. Who she
I
kind
didn't
of
even
look
think
at
she
her,
looked at.
like in the eyes. She kind of looks like her
the eyes, bro. Why you see her, bro?
What? She kind of looks like she kind of looked like her a little bit.
Bro, I'm gonna have to like wear like blinding glasses to see what.
Oh my god! Yeah,
you might be right. You might be on to something.
Exactly. Start feeling, but no, they gonna have to pull something like that for the character. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know how they're gonna do the future of The Last of Us. I don't know, man. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely
but like I said, we didn't say it, but yeah, no, they got renewed for season 2, so look forward to that, I guess. If you like part 2.
I mean, again, you surprised by it? I'm not at all. Here's a fun fact. Sony is surprisingly talking about PS6 before PS5 Pro. So they're like really talking all in PS6 instead of a PS5 Pro. Now, I don't want to alarm anybody like we're going to get a PS6 anytime soon, but it is worth mentioning that they are doing that, which is interesting by itself. Really, really interesting. I don't know what to really say otherwise.
I don't know, like I don't know when they'll release a PlayStation 6. Like I think this generation is gonna be longer than before than PS4. If I'm gonna be honest, because the economy we're in right now, it's not looking great, right?
Yeah.
The economy that we're in, it's not looking great. And we just started getting current gen games. This year we're starting to get current gen only games. Right? Yeah. So that's almost 3 years. Or sorry, 2 years, whatever. Like but like going into when these systems released in 2020, right? And now it's 2023.
Yep.
And now we're able to get current gen games. Bro, I'm saying like
I think
2028 to 2030, man.
You know, I would vouch for that. I would vouch for that because we haven't even maxed the consoles out, and we're still in the crush. Well, we're still getting out of the crush phase. So, yeah, it ain't gonna drop yet. But still, I don't know why it's even being brought up now. And oh my God, Mike! Look what Mike put in the chat. He said Nikita Lyons to play Abby in the Last of Us TV
that's
show.
Not even buff, bro. That's. Bro, I won't even say a word on that. I know what Big Mike is doing. Listen, bro. Just look at her pictures, then, bro.
He said Nikita Lyons. First of all, like you just said, that's not buff. Number 2, do you know how much CGI will be required to downgrade that woman to play that role? She's gonna be wearing specialized pants because they don't want that much. You know what? I will get into it.
That's why I said, man, just like her tweets and.
I'm not gonna get into it. Shout out to Nikita Lyons. She's actually injured. Shout out to her though. She's recovering. Shout out to
her. I saw this news that just kind of came up, and this said, PlayStation boss Jim Ryan reportedly met the EU Antitrust Committee on Wednesday to discuss Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. EU Commission is said to be issuing a formal warning to Microsoft the next week.
This guy, Mike, man. I can't. Yeah, so Microsoft wants Sony to show their hand. They want to see their,
but did you hear what I just said there? Like,
what's up?
The EU is issuing a warning, like a formal warning, to Microsoft.
Yeah,
that's not looking too good for the Activision Blizzard.
It really ain't. And like I said before, if they really want this deal, what they're gonna have to do? Blow through more money than expected in court,
and they might not even win.
Yeah, I know, and it might not even win regardless. So odds are, and there's a good chance they might still fight this. It might still try to go and get the deal or whatever. Or if it does happen, it doesn't happen. Whatever the case may be. If it doesn't happen, they're gonna go, you know what? Okay, I'm pissed off. I'm gonna go buy a Ubisoft. And at that point, you know what's gonna be funny? You know what's gonna be funny about that? If they buy Ubisoft, everybody's gonna
I'll be like, hey man, hey,
take them.
You want to buy Ubisoft? Hey man,
they for the streets. I'm sorry.
A lot of the fanboys, I won't even say like. I won't even like. I would be like, bro, that is the worst decision. But hey, man, if you want to make bad decisions, go buy Ubisoft.
Y'all went from balling to not at all, and y'all gonna buy Ubisoft, bro? Hey, listen, take them, take them, bro.
Yeah, but you mentioned that if they go through, which it looks like they are, like they're giving a subpoena to PlayStation, which will basically have PlayStation divulge, which PlayStation probably does not want to do. Their first party lineup and their third party exclusives that they have. That's a yikes.
Hold it down, Cassie. Hold it down. Knee pads and all. Hold it down. Anyway, yeah, I agree. It's the deal's looking really interesting. I'm about to lose my train of thought because it's damn chat. I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like this deal. I thought the deal would be over with in terms of like talking about it last year, and yet here we still are in 2023. You know, 2023 possibly going to 2024. We're still gonna be hearing stories about this damn deal, about subpoenas, about Microsoft throwing extra cash at lawyers or whatever fees. Microsoft's going to fight tooth and nail for this deal. And by the time they go through all this shit, you're going to be asking yourselves, what's next? And the thing is, Colin Moriarty said this perfectly. Microsoft has improved themselves competent with the studios they have now in terms of managing. I don't see them making Activision any better. And, you know, personally, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. I really was. Until we started seeing all the info going around, especially with the Perfect Dark, you know, Avowed and all that stuff. It's like, dude, it's hard for me to get super excited.
True. There's some breaking news, BitCloud. I don't know if you'll like it.
Uh-oh.
So, they're prepping a Tomb Raider TV series for Amazon.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Thank you guys for watching.
Well, it's for Amazon Prime. Are you shocked by that?
Let that make it any better.
So yeah, it's very interesting. So
what if it's using the script that was read on Sacred Symbols? You think it's tricky?
No, I mean that's the game. That's the game, man. I don't know, bro. Like, dude, I feel like we have an Uncharted movie already, right? We had an old Tomb Raider movie back in like, was it 2018 or something like that? 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna get a TV show on Amazon. I don't know, bro. And then Indiana Jones this year, the movie. So it's like, bro, I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of done with that type of like entertainment when it comes to that. Like, no more, bro. No more freaking Indiana Jones clones, please, or Indiana Jones for that matter.
Accept it, love it, gel it. That's the world for you. That's the world for you, man. Indiana Jones. We're still waiting on info for that too. Ain't that some shit?
No, supposed to. Well, you talk about the game or talk about the movie?
The game. So
so the movie's supposed to come out like this year, May or June, something like that.
I don't think that game going to match launch though.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think
they would have been talked about it.
Tell you what, I am hyped for it though, and I think I talked about this with you guys in the Discord. IO Interactive's James Bond game. If they do it right, that could be it.
Isn't there's like kind of like content like every like certain like it's like a Destiny but single player esque?
Yeah, they're doing that for Hitman. Well, they're done with doing that for Hitman. They did it for him though.
Like no, but they said they're like retitling Hitman 3 or something like that, like different. That's what I heard, and it's gonna have like this umbrella of like kind of like expansions or something. I don't know if that's true. But I think possibly. I was hearing something about that.
Definitely possible. Hitman. Shout out to Agent 47. We had him on the show. There was a goat. Awesome guy. But I don't know, man. It's interesting going around for this whole thing. News-wise.
Yep.
Very, very interesting. Dead Space, man. Let's get into Dead Space. Red Hood, how you feeling about it, man? Is it worth the wait? Did they deliver on everything? Was it underwhelming?
They absolutely delivered. That game is chef's kiss, man. Dude, I am telling you right now, if you're a Dead Space fan, go play the damn game. It is worth your time. It is worth your money, unlike a certain game that came out in December. I will not name that game. This game has New Game Plus.
At
launch.
You mean the game that people were capping for? You mean that game?
Listen,
he can't possibly talk about that game,
bro. The gameplay for Dead Space remake, great. You know what's crazy? I didn't even realize this when I was playing the game, right? Because the original Dead Space, there was no impaling system. So I was thinking in my mind, okay, there's not going to be an impaling system incorporated with Dead Space 1 remake, and then they introduce it.
Uh-oh. Okay. What just happened? Am I still alive? Are we still alive? Yeah, we're still alive. Okay, Discord crashed. What the hell? Joining in. There we go. I was like, Discord crashed on me. What was that?
Brian broke into the cameras again.
No, you were talking and just went. I'm like, what just happened? I looked around. I'm like, okay, we're straight. All right, we're good. Yeah.
All right, yeah, but like I'm telling, like they included the impaling system, which wasn't in Dead Space 1.
Yeah, Glenn was scoping the podcast.
He's like,
what it was.
Get these guys out here.
Glenn said, get them the hell out of here. Listen. Like I said, I'm be honest with you. Like I said, I got no issue with Glenn. Glenn, don't strike me down. I got no issue with Glenn. I'm just disappointed with the product, okay? I'm disappointed.
Yeah, but like, dude, hearing the whispers, I was like, dude, yes, this is what makes it's such like a horror experience, keeping you on the edge of your seat. And the graphic, the lighting is so good in the game. And I'm just like, this is really freaking good, right? Like, I was shocked. I was like, I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be that good, right? I didn't know it was going to be that good.
I already knew. I played the original. Hear that?
Oh, no, I did too.
No, you hear that Isaac in the back of your head, and every time you see certain things like certain shadows, you see like the marker image.
Oh yeah. And then like also like they implemented some systems like more like backstory of Nicole in certain instances of the game where you didn't really get it. You got through text logs and talking about background checks and goes more into the history. Like in text, like the text log's really good. I couldn't really like read it all because that would just be boring on stream. But like they were talking about, how his mom was in the Church of Unitology and all this stuff. And it's really, really good. Zero G is awesome too in the game. Like I really liked it way more than like Dead Space 1 where you're just stuck and you're
stuck in the animation going to fly. Yeah. You have to
and then you'll jump and like love the Zero G implementation that they put in the game. And I'm trying to think of something else that because I only got 3 hours in the game.
Yeah,
or about 3 hours.
They balanced the weapons nicely. There's not a whole lot of stopping power from what I've seen in the plasma cutter, which is good. That makes it even more challenging when you have to. Because I don't know if they brought that trophy back in the game where you got to beat it with only the plasma cutter.
I think so. Okay. I could be wrong. Someone could like let me know. And also like people don't realize they incorporated some Dead Space extraction into the game, like some lore. Like I haven't got to it yet, but they also said if New Game Plus, if you beat it, there's a secret ending, which is going to be interesting. Which gives me more incentive to play it on New Game Plus as well. And I very much will absolutely play it on New Game Plus.
That gets me hyped for part 2, even better, because the suits look fantastic.
Oh yeah, and the blood on the suit. I was fantastic. Like, dude, this looks really good. Yeah. And seeing, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention like the flesh coming out. Dude, some flesh of like stomping on people. You can see like their freaking jaw or bone on just like regular people that you're stomping on. And thank goodness that they kept that where like these dead bodies, you're able to stomp on them, their limbs come out, but then the flesh is coming out on top of that. I was like, dude, this is really, really good. Yeah. And also like they introduce a heartbeat system type of thing where if you're running a heart races, if Isaac sees something like crazy, like you can hear it and his heartbeat just goes fast. I was just like, dude, this game like oozes quality, and I am really digging the game. It's probably like the best game gonna be for a minute, I think, until other games come out. Could be Hogwarts Legacy, who knows? But yeah, I am playing it currently on hard. Corey is also saying that as well.
Yeah.
Also, they I think introduced the hardest one where you only get one save, right? I think that's back in the game.
That was from part 2 where you only get 3 saves in hardcore mode.
I think there was a hardcore mode in the original, or maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, standard is very easy. So I recommend people playing it on hard. So I just can't wait to like finish the game. Like that'll be. It's really good. Like I tell horror fans, this is the year for horror fans. Really, last year was not the year for horror fans. This year is the year for horror fans. Dead Space remake, Resident Evil 4 remake. Really good. Like, dude, I am hyped for RE4 remake as well. So like it's gonna be like actual good quality horror games this year. Possible difficulty has no saves. Oh geez, it's even worse. I thought it was one save. It has no saves.
Wait, on this game?
I don't know. This is impossible. Difficulty has no saves. And it's a trophy. LOL.
Oh, that's gonna be even more fun. I love the first one. The first one I could play in my sleep any day of the week, like on any difficulty, because it was more that simple. You know what I mean? It was that simple design. Part 2 though was weird because like it was tougher because you know how you had those 0G moments where if you shoot the glass, like it'll suck you out the ship, it'll pull you out the ship. I don't think they had that in this, so yeah. It's hopefully be not as bad, but
and I will say I'm glad that like they took stuff from Dead Space 2 and didn't take stuff from 3 really, because 3 introduced the whole like what was it, the roll system or whatever.
Yeah, like you see something on your side, that person sees something different on theirs. Yeah.
Well, and also like rolling, like actually like rolling.
Oh yeah,
like
the forward
your
roll.
Character. I didn't like that. I did not like that in the game.
It was a dumb tactical roll, and plus you're heavy as hell, so it's like, bro, you mean tell me?
And cover,
like,
they also introduced cover. I was like,
stupid.
No, but this is what is really good about the game. I do think Dead Space 2 remake will probably happen. I think the word of mouth will get a lot of sales.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't realize EA Motive's working also on another game, which is Iron Man. So I don't think Dead Space 2 remake's going to happen for.
Do you think they built enough faith
a while
for the Iron Man going into this? Do you think it was enough? Enough faith?
I'll keep it a bug. I'd rather get Dead Space 2 remake than Iron Man. That's just me though, personally speaking.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about like in terms of like I guess the newer people that are new to them. You think they build a little faith with this?
I mean, I guess so. Like, we'll see. But I definitely rather get a Dead Space 2 remake though.
No, it's understandable. Completely understandable.
I definitely would want.
I thought the whole thing was wild for what I've seen and what they did with the characters. They did. I liked what they did with when you walk on the bridge and you have to turn on the gun so it shoots off the meteors because the ship's getting bombarded by meteors. Like they redid that whole section. That looks incredible. It looks good, man. I didn't want to get much into it. It just looks good. They really did a good job with Dead Space remake, which is awesome. As far as like,
Corey's mentioning it does have one save. Okay, I was right.
Oh, one save.
Impossible difficulty, yeah, has one save.
Imagine being a dumbass and you saved that like at the beginning.
Right at the beginning, yes, sir. I was like, wait, no more save.
Like, no, Chief, you might want to save that when you see the regenerator. And even that's not a proper save because, well, you're screwed. The damn regenerator, especially when you first see him, like, it's tough to get out that room. That's going to be interesting how they did it. Anyway, I think that's about it, right? Was there anything else that we missed on this week?
I don't think so. Ask people if there's anything. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, you guys want to
comment? What else is there to talk about? Let us know.
Yeah,
because I felt like we did discuss quite a bit. Dead Space, Forspoken, Xbox Direct, developer thing, and then Tomb Raider. Naughty Dog, Last of Us, HBO. Let us know. Because I'm trying to look at anything else that's come out, and I don't think so. Let's see.
Check my folder here.
Trying to make sure. Yeah.
Not the net capacity is here. So I'm just reading my DMs.
Any Metacritic predictions for Hogwarts? I don't know, dude. I could the problem with this game.
Ain't no wrong with it.
There's a lot. No, I'm saying there's a lot of bias for the game, like negative bias, and there are some critics that abstain from reviewing the game. But I do think you're gonna see a couple of reviewers bring up J.K. Rowling in their reviews.
Yeah.
And
they did talk about that. They said they fought tougher challenges than this before, so that was interesting take they had to say for a game. What was I about to say? I think the reason why you're saying that is because you didn't get sorted in the house you wanted. By the way.
Oh no, I got no problem. Dude, I'll definitely be playing the game, and I'll definitely be streaming it.
You sure?
Probably.
You sure you're not mad that the game put you as a Ravenclaw?
Dude, I didn't even do the freaking yet. Stop the cap. But some people Fluffy is saying Hogwarts is going to get review bombed, no doubt.
Honestly, I believe so.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I believe so too. It's gonna be a bunch of millennials that didn't play it and it's gonna say, "Hey, I hate J.K. Rowling," but guess what? When Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, whatever movie drops, they're gonna go see it. Watch.
So a lot of people don't realize, and they kind of clarify the studio is, their bonuses matter on the sales of the game. By the way, that was very much clarified just recently. So you boycotting the game will not help developers as well. So I'm just saying. Just wanted to put that out in terms of news, because people think they won't be affected or anything like that. It's no, they definitely
will get affected. That's a big deal. But not much else really to say. I mean, aside from the whole Forspoken debacle and all that stuff, it was pretty much a very not so eventful week. I thought the Xbox showcase would probably get more people buzzing, more stuff would drop. I mean, the DualSense Edge dropped finally.
Oh,
yeah. So everybody's
isn't it reported now that it's 4 hours of battery life or something?
Yeah, it's 4 hours of battery life on it, which is
And what is the original DualSense, 6 or something?
6.
Or no?
Yeah.
Jeez, 4 hours.
I mean, I'm okay with that because you're getting so much packed into it, so I'm guessing that's why.
Well, my thing is, we have other devices. I mean, granted, you don't have the haptic feedback. It's the resistant triggers like in the Xbox Elite controller.
But I think they improved all of it. It has bigger motors in it, so you can increase the intensity of it and stuff like that for it. So that's why.
But I just wish they somehow figured out a solution to have a bigger battery.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that would have drove the price up even more. Personally, I'm just happy that we finally got one, an Elite style controller for PlayStation. It does look good. The premium quality is there. They did do a good job with that. So if you guys are having stick drift, they now have the presets you can set, or you can just fine-tunely set it so it's not as loose where feeling when you do the little dead zone test. I like that. That's perfect. They really answered it. Plus you can swap the sticks out. even though I already have a scuff here, excuse me. From you guys remember HexGaming? We still got ours from HexGaming here, paddles and everything. But the fact that we now got one from PlayStation is even better. And I don't know if they're dropping any I don't know if they have like any kits available where you can buy like additional thumbsticks. Did they say anything like that? I don't think they did yet. So those have not dropped yet. But you do get a lot for what you're paying for, which is cool. And you get the card case and all that stuff too, so that's good. So no complaints whatsoever. And I think you can also put this on your charger dock, by the way, guys. I think. Because you can just take the paddles off. I don't think anybody tested that. But I think you might be able to do that. So there's that. Pretty cool.
I know someone mentioned the day before. There's some controversy with the game, and saying like I think I got pulled off Steam or something before the release.
Oh, the day after tomorrow.
No, the day before.
Yeah.
And they asked. I'm trying to see. Let's say. Trying to really see where that comment was. Yeah, what about the day before being a fake game?
It's not a fake game. I just think
I don't know, dude.
It is a fake game. I just think,
bro, come on.
It is spooky to remove it though.
The day before is an open world MMO survival set in the deadly post-pandemic America, run by flesh-hungry infected and survivors killing each other for food, weapons, and cars. Bro, them removing this.
Oh, you can. Okay, cool. John said they do have sticks you can buy.
Dude, like I can't search it on. Like it's gone from Steam.
So
the day before.
Are you saying it was abandoned? It's an abandoned situation.
Bro, it might have been. Who knows?
Oh,
but like I said, if it's true, that's gonna be bullshit. Like this shit was fake.
Oh, that's a steal. $20 for 2 sticks. That's a steal. Nice.
Now, like,
dude, Hassan Karaman, man, he strikes again. He strikes again, dog. He strikes again.
I'm just wondering, like, how they made this like fake. Like, that's what I'm trying to like understand. Like I said, it's too good to be true, that game.
Well, there's that. Well, that's it, man. Quick little show for you guys, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Went on for a little bit of it. Went over a little hour, but I mean, hey, at least we got it. Not a whole bunch to go on. I was actually tempted to not do the show, but Red Hood taught me into it. So make sure you guys
absolutely
send some love to Red Hood's way. He's almost close to 300 followers on Twitch. So give him a follow on Twitch. Go ahead, put in the chat your Twitch.
Yeah. But I got Twitch.
Go check out his Twitch. He's streaming Dead Space. For y'all want to see Dead Space being played, I will stream it later on. Not today, not this week, because I'm more geared up for Hogwarts, but I will be back to stream it and play that game. So I am looking forward to that. But yeah, man, definitely cool. I should play Dead Space 2 on PS3 tonight. Definitely enjoy it. Whereas Hunter, I think Hunter is going. Actually, yeah, he's going to be on Crossfire. So if you guys want to check out Mooch's show, he's going to be live with Mooch. So is Red Hood. Gonna be live with Mooch. That's why he's not in the set, like, stealthy.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be there, so it'll be very interesting.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say. Like,
enjoy. That's all I got. Enjoy, ladies and gents. That's all I gotta say.
But like, Hunter doesn't want to show up after his review. Oh boy, Delta. Listen.
No.
Hunter, we didn't contact Hunter.
I didn't even tweet the show out, to be honest with you. I just did the show. So nobody knew. Nobody knew we were live. So I just literally did it. I just winged it. So you'll see them there.
I'm not doing no one chip challenge. Bro, I would have to get paid more money than to fucking
$300.
Show off personal pain on a live stream. That is insane. Big Mike, I know you do that.
Y'all want me to do a one chip challenge? $300 challenge. There you go. Hey, I'll do it right now. 300. Let's get it.
Oh, Red Hood and Mooch gonna clash by Forspoken. I can tell, dude. I might have to also maybe Hunter.
Big Clyde, you gonna be on Crossfire? No, sir. I am going to go right over here, lay down after I eat some food and relax. It is gonna be a cool weekend. Royal Rumble is tomorrow. Plus, I got a meeting in the morning, So that's gonna be gotta do that whole thing. But appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the show. Thank y'all for watching. See you guys on the next one. Much love, everybody. Play your games and be safe. Again, shout out to Red Hood, Blaze 4K, Hunter. Good, goodbye. Follow on Twitter. And we'll see you next week. All right? That'd be good.